I need all the farmers for Trump to come to the front of the class because I hear you're asking the rest of us for money because Donald Trump's tariffs are going to financially ruin you. And what's so funny about that is didn't Donald Trump and his tariffs bring you to the brink last time? Because he got you into a trade war with China. And now China is basically cutting off corn, soy, all agricultural products, and they're looking to other places like Canada, Brazil, anywhere else they can get agricultural products, and U.S. farmers are the ones left holding the bag. There's a soybean farmer that's been making the rounds here, and he's saying, I voted for Donald Trump 3 times, and I was glad to, and I like his policies, but these tariffs are hurting us, and I need you to stop this, Mr. President. And they're asking us for another bailout, the taxpayers. Another bailout because they decided to vote for Donald Trump for a 3rd time. That's a fuck around and find out, my friends. And I'm not here to help financially support these people. They want to bitch and moan, all these people on the right, about people being on welfare and people needing handouts. And farmers wear those bootstraps that you guys like to talk about all the time. Why don't you find them and pull yourselves up from them? Because we are tired of bailing you out. I understand that if you don't get bailed out and these tariffs ruin you guys, it's going to have a huge impact on the rest of us. But I knew that before the election. I knew that when I was stumping for Kamala Harris and telling people not to vote for Donald Trump. So you're fuck around and find out. I hope it's a little more personal because you guys decided to continue to vote against your own interest and cut off your nose to spite your face. It's time you sit in it for a minute.
This is not what we envisage. This is not what we voted for. This is not what the president promised us. He has only succeeded in fooling us. We voted for him massively. We made sure that he became the president of the United States of America. And now all his policies are directed against us to make us to liquidate, to fold up, to go bankrupt. And that's exactly what he has done for us. These are the words that farmers are saying all over America. They're getting fucked out. They are tired. They are regretting. They are confused. They are raging at the level of policy disrupt that Trump administration has meted out to them. And they said they need help. They cry out for help. Let's see what will happen to them if help will truly come. Thank you, and you are welcome to my channel. I've compiled a couple of videos for you to watch about what farmers in America, all over America, Arkansas, Florida, Ohio, Nebraska, everywhere, farmers are feeling the heat of Trump's regime, and they are saying this is not what they're bargaining for. They're crying out for help. Hope help will come for them. Let's go check out these videos I've put together for you, and I'll be back so that we can talk about it. Make sure you watch to the end because I want your opinion and your conversation according to what you have watched. Credits are given to all content in this video. Don't go nowhere.
So farmers in Arkansas, again, farmers around the United States are complaining that it's too expensive, that their farms are not going to survive, that their children and their children's children may not be able to take over the family business. Watch, and we'll talk about it.
5 or 30% of the farmers in this country, if they don't do something, it has to be done, and it's not just here, it's everywhere.
Farmers are making a cry for help before it's too late. Countless farmers gathered to speak to representatives of Arkansas leaders to share the urgency that something needs to be done about the current state of farming. Jake Tester was at the meeting and now joins us in the studio with more. Jake.
Many farmers spoke up at the meeting, and the message was straightforward. They need help, and they need it now.
Mr. Trump, you looked at me, sir, and you said, I love you. Mr. Trump, I need to see the fruit of your love.
Farmers in crisis align way out the door of the Woods Chapel Baptist Church in Brooklyn as hundreds of farmers from not only northeast Arkansas, but from across the state came to voice their concerns about the current state of farming. Representatives from U.S. Congressman Rick Crawford, U.S. Senator Tom Cotton, and U.S. Senator John Boozman's offices were in attendance to hear those concerns. Among those farmers in attendance was a farmer in Woodruff County, Chris King. He told me this was his 39th harvest, and he has never seen it as bad as this.
And I've never been as worried as I am now about whether or not my kids and grandkids will be able to carry on.
For King, the main problem starts with the fact that they can't sell for profit.
I just would like to see somebody help us get our markets back. We need our exports, and we just need to be paid for what we do. And that's not happening. And we're in real trouble.
But that is not the only issue. King's wife, Melissa King, and farmer in Biggers, Arkansas, Scott Brown, said they are struggling to afford the cost that is needed just to take care of the farm.
The prices that we're getting now are prices like they were when we were children, and what it costs for us to farm is astronomical now. I mean, the price of a combine when we were kids was, in the 20,000s, and now it's 100,000.
I farm 800 acres by myself. I can't afford any help. I farm with paid-for equipment. All my tractors are 50 years old, and I can't hardly make this deal work. How's the guys farming 5 and 10,000 with 20 hands and $1 million combines and $1 million drills going to make it work?
But for Brown, there is something that rounds out all the issues that they are facing, the tariffs.
I think the tariffs are the ice cream on the cake of a perfect storm. When you try to sell a product, okay, U.S. soybeans leaving New Orleans without the tariff to China are cheaper than Brazilian soybeans at the current market. But when you put the tariff on top of them, Brazilian beans are cheaper.
So how can this be fixed?
In the short term, they have no choice but to mail us a check. I don't know a farmer that likes the check program. Nobody wants to take taxpayer dollars, but nobody wants to go broke. Nobody wants to lose everything. Long term, we have to have options, markets, and places to sell our product.
So I wanted to stop there. Did you hear a Republican farmer in deep red Arkansas just tell you what a tariff does to American businesses, to American farms, to American livelihood? Now, I'm not saying, I'm independent, you guys won't believe us. You won't believe the Democrats, but we'll believe the people that voted the same way that you did and that still believe in the president that you believe in, but are disappointed in what he's doing. And again, they're willing to take a handout from the taxpayers, but they won't give handouts to those in need. Listen to that.
Breaking news, the government is actually sending help to farmers. You guys did it. You deported the workers you swore were stealing the jobs, and now the corporations you trusted more than your grandma's cooking, they're buying up your farms and graciously offering those very jobs you guys wanted back. Picture it. You in a straw hat at 5 a.m., bent over in a strawberry field, trying to post about it on Facebook between back spasms. Meanwhile, Mega Farm Incorporated is watching from the penthouse, sipping oat milk lattes and thanking you for your service. You wanted the jobs, remember? Well, here they are. Don't worry about retirement, because your spine is going to retire first. And lunch? Oh, you get 12 minutes, but only if the Wi-Fi signal reaches your row of corn. And the best part? You don't even own the farm anymore, so you don't have to worry about all the overhead. It's corporate property now. So when you're finished picking, you could head over to Whole Foods to buy that same lettuce you just harvested for $9 a head. How about that? So let's recap. They deported the workers, corporations stole the land, and now you're the new workforce. You have been promoted to an elite employee. Not quite the American dream, but hey, it's made in America.
So the people who say no handouts just lined up for a handout. Now tell me why farmers in Arkansas are standing outside with their hands out again, begging Uncle Sam for money. See, when it's regular people struggling, rent too high, groceries too ridiculous, can't afford health care, the answer is always from these people: stop complaining, stop asking for handouts, and pull yourself up by your bootstrap. Farmers in Arkansas are crying out to the feds for stimulus money like it's open mic night. And look, I get it, because times are hard everywhere. But when you plant your crops, raise your cattle, take on the risks of farming, wasn't that a personal business decision? So why is it on me and you to make sure that that decision keeps paying out? Because, see, when you and I make bad decisions, government doesn't cut us a check to make it right for us. Now, let's connect the dots here a little bit. These are the same people voting for the same politicians who say government is the problem. Yet as soon as the tractors stop running and their profits dry up, government magically turns into a solution for them. Ain't that funny and ironic? The question is, do we owe farmers any help? Or do they need to practice what they preach? Figure it out. Tighten that belt. Leave taxpayers out of it. Because last I checked, it's really not our problem to fix somebody else's gamble.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me about what's happening with your farm.
Well, we've got a real disaster with this tariff deal. I mean, we produce 40% more agricultural products in this country than we can consume domestically. 1 in every 4 rows of soybeans in every field in the entire United States of America has to go abroad. China is the largest importer of soybeans in the world. They import 61% of the world's market. Last year, we sent around 12 billion, I think $14 billion worth of soybeans the year before. For the first time in 20 years, China's bought 0 soybeans and 0 new crop corn out of this country.
0?
So we went from 12 billion to 0.
Where are they buying the soybeans?
Brazil. You see, we lost 42% of our market share in the first tariff war. In Trump's first tariff war, the Chinese went to buying their soybeans from Brazil. They invested billions of dollars in Brazilian infrastructure. They have moved into Africa, and they're going to commercially farm in Africa. Since we left with USAID, they moved their Belt and Road program into Africa. So we've pretty much lost the Chinese market share. If we got 100% of the soybean business, Katie, for every country in the world except for Brazil and Argentina, we would still only have half the soybean business that China is.
Almost everything that could go wrong for Arkansas farmers did go wrong this year. And it's so bad that many are facing bankruptcy or even the closure of farms that have been passed down for generations. A dismal global market and plunging commodity prices mean there's little to no hope of breaking even for many farmers, even as sky-high input costs rise because of inflation and now tariffs. Not to mention bad weather earlier in the year.
This time last year, the rice price was about 40% higher than it is now. The inputs costs have gone up, so after a horrible year last year where most farmers in Arkansas Delta lost money, this year's going to be worse.
Though President Trump's big, beautiful bill provided a much-needed update to safety net subsidies for farmers, they won't see those federal dollars until late next year, by which time some have projected that as many as 1/4 or even 1/3 of Arkansas farmers will face bankruptcy or be forced to leave the business amid the crisis the American ag economy is currently in. It's already taken its toll this year.
I'm a 6th-generation farmer from Newport, and we made the decision to go out this year. In the spring. So my son will not be the 7th generation on our farm.
5 of my customers have committed suicide. That's how serious that this is.
Today, Arkansas farmers gathered to share their struggles with staffers from the state's congressional delegation, pleading for Arkansas lawmakers on Capitol Hill and the governor to convince President Trump to provide emergency funding to help them make it to next year.
We have to have ad hoc payments right now to make it through this year.
If there's no emergency funding this year, there will be 1 out of 3 farmers will file bankruptcy.
Until the federal government steps in to save them, farmers have no one to turn to but God.
Farmers, in my opinion, dear Lord, and it's only my opinion, are closer to thee than anyone else on this earth because we deal with your earth every day. Dear Lord, we're hurting, dear Lord. We can't help what's happened to us.
Oh yes, the video has shown the true state of farmers. From the history, farming business spanned for decades, for 2, 3, 4 generations. Because usually, when a farmer starts farming, it's usually on a very large acres or hectares of land. And they're given to their children, and the children pass on to the children. You can have 3, 4, 5 generations doing farming business. That's how America is structured. But guess what now? A lot of them are crying out. They're saying they are not sure if they're going to hand over this farming business to their children. Why? Because most of them are selling out the land just to survive, just to pay the debts they have, just to be able to cover up for all the expenses they've incurred over the years. They put all their hope in Trump's administration that the farming support they usually get, farm program support, grant support, all of them, Trump has canceled everything. When it comes to Medicaid, which has to do with health of the farmers, which they are also covered, is gone. When it comes to funding, it is gone. When it comes to loan that they usually get, it is gone. And guess what? Tariff has been increased by Trump's administration. China is not buying from them anymore because of tariff. And before now, the weather has not also been favorable to the farmers. They've been complaining about bad weather and all that. So all of this is joined together. They're talking about weather, they're talking about funding. Now Trump came also to a tariff increment. The inflation is so high and countries are not patronizing the farmers. Soybeans, it's going to be harvested. If not harvested, no buyers for it. China has gone to meet another country just for them to buy soybeans. American farmers are stranded. They are crying. They are begging. They are soliciting for Trump's help. They're saying hope is going to come for them because they voted for him. A couple of people in America are saying the farmers got what they deserve. They got what they voted for. That they were selfish, they were greedy, that they were told, because right from the first administration of Trump, this is exactly what he did. It removed some of the funding, it deported staff, illegal migrants. It did all of that in first time. And people are saying, do not vote for this guy second time again, because it's going to continue the agenda with the agenda that he started. But farmers were like, no, we prefer his agenda. It's going to make America great. Now, people are asking, have you become great? Is your farming experiencing greatness? Do you have enough workers to work for you now? Do you have enough funding to fund your agricultural business? All of these things are happening to farmers and they are stranded. They are going bankrupt. Some have already sold their land. Some are committing, they are giving up on life. They are saying they can't take it anymore. This is the state of farmers in America. And amazingly, most or majority of them are white farmers, because those states, you have Arkansas, you have Ohio, you have Florida, you have Nebraska, they are red states where you have white farmers vote en masse for Trump, thinking because he's one of them. But little did they know that Trump is neither for anyone. He only solicits for their vote, but right now he's not in support of them. He's not helping them. He's only interested in what would benefit the country and him. People are saying if it's going to benefit the country, then it should benefit the farmer. Guys, I don't know. Is Trump's policy benefiting the country indeed? Because if the country is benefited, then the farmers will also benefit. So the question is, whose interest is Trump administration serving? I'll leave you guys to answer this question at the comment section. Let the conversation begin. Let's talk about this. And thank you guys for watching to this moment. I expect your views and your perceptions so that we can continue at the comment section. If today is your first time of coming across my channel, do as you subscribe, like, and share. And turn on your notification button so you can get updates whenever I post video. Thank you guys for watching. It's like, come your way again. Bye-bye.